Alrighty then. What's going on with y'all? Dang, I should have known my phone would have been dying.
1年前、今尾の兵が全国の高校を襲撃した事件は無事解決し、生徒たちは今では何事もなかったかのようにまた繰り返しの日常へと戻っていった。しかし、今また学園に戦慄が走ろうとしている。学園に何が起こったのか。
Let me pull up this right here. What's going on with you? Little by little, I'm gonna just be trying to do this YouTube thing every now and then. But yeah, what y'all been on? Things have been kind of dry lately, huh? The best team in this game right here, but I'm gonna pick the main characters. But yeah, yes. You say you thought Sakura was from rival schools? Hey, they should have kept it like that. I don't even know why they tried to change it. Tried so hard to change it to make it like it was a alternate verse or something for nothing, as if the story of Street Fighter was so complicated or something. There ain't really no story in it anyways, and it really wouldn't have changed anything if Sakura didn't have her own little side story with these characters, you know, and everything like that. I think it's cool when it's like that, when there's a bunch of characters from, you know, the same verse and they just have their own story happening elsewhere when they're not a part of the game. That's just how they're doing with Final Fight, so I don't know why they just didn't do it with everything else. I did like this game's story mode though. Hey, at least it had one though, and I like how you would choose the characters and everything, and then there's different paths, so that was always dope too. But yeah, what's going on with your Coop, Masamune, Tashi, Christopher Harris? Yeah, I know, man. I be working all the time, so I really gotta, to be real, just like on my off days, I will just be chilling, you know, doing everyday relaxing type of thing. That's why I don't really be having time to be doing YouTube, because I work full time, so it's like my rest time, you know. I give that up to the YouTube basically. They ain't wanted the regular colors, but whatever. Hey, I'm using an arcade stick, you can hear it, so I'm about to be extra trash when I play this, but it's the challenge, because otherwise I would dominate this game with the controller. I look like I know what I'm doing, but I played this game like once or twice using this stick before, and I haven't even been using this, so I kind of been failing on that. Super inputs, this is impossible. play it like that though, to be honest. I don't even use the main team in this game. It's like, as you play fighting games, in the beginning, you use the shoulder-like characters, right? You use the main characters and everything. But then as you keep on playing, that's when you start to use, like, the other, like, more technical characters and everything. Goodness gracious, I cannot. Oh, I did it. Freaking the super commands is hard on this. But, yeah. See, like I said, I've just been working really, so doing a little bit here and there when I can. But right now, I'm just chilling, playing this game right now. Because I was going to play it anyways, again, for something that I'm working on. But I just decided I might as well stream it anyways. I've been getting too caught up in YouTube and the algorithm. It be stressing me out. That's what I'm be doing, YouTube as well. But literally, I'm just, like I said, I don't care who's watching. I'm just playing the game. I be trying to game more in general. Yeah, freaking Akira. She's about to be coming out for Street Fighter 5. I definitely don't play that. But I'm gonna play it just to play that character, of course. I beat this game so many times. So many times. I thought you were my friend. Man, Zaki's such a tight character. I feel like they're gonna make a new game of this. Maybe it's just being hopeful, but I feel like this game is more fun than Darkstalkers, man. I love Darkstalkers though, but as far as fun factor, this game is definitely more fun. There's like a lot to this game. There's like a lot of mechanics in this game too. Dang. Got you. Yeah, I never really played him like that, man, to be honest with you. Like I said, when I was first playing these games, like on PlayStation and stuff, of course, when you're first getting into it, you just use like the main character, but then I stopped using him. Because he's cool. Of course, I love this character, but, you know, there's other characters that are also cool. Basu is definitely not my favorite character in Rival Schools, but he's one of them. Just because, you know, he's the main dude, so of course you had to have played him at some point. But yeah, I'm just trying to get more familiar with this squad right here. These three characters specifically. But my favorite character in this series is Shoma. Such a tight character. I forgot if I wanted to do the Burning Batsu storyline, I had to lose around. I'm using Redream. Yeah, they do need to make a new game. But every time I say that, I understand that not a lot of people play fighting games as you would think. Just far as like compared to everything else, like, you know. Especially I notice when it comes to like, especially doing YouTube and stuff, this stuff is really niche. Like you have to already have like a pre-established audience and everything because obviously people have already seen these games. These games are so old. Basically, I'm getting at there's no newer game, so you're just playing old ass game. It's like people have already seen it already, and I know I just don't play like I don't play FPSs and stuff like that. So that's never gonna be me playing Call of Duty and stuff. Well, I guess I should never say never. I was thinking about trying it and stuff, but yeah. I'm definitely into the fighters. But I'm into the fighters differently though. Like when I play these games, I can't say I know everything about it because the more I learn about something else, the more I forget about everything else. I feel like it's like I was like you only can hold so much, like your capacity. So I'll be like I was saying before, I'll be forgetting basic stuff because I'll be trying to remember so much stuff as far as these games goes, and I just be forgetting about other things. Cause I be trying to like remember every little detail about it, so that's why I just had to revisit the games every now and then to get a refresher. Oh, dang. Man, this game very particular about that. Damn, she died. Oh, she got me. Damn, that's it. Oh. Oh. But yeah, unfortunately, as much as people love this game, it's not popular at all. It is not popular at all. It's because not all the characters are like super popular. Like you need more, because like when there's a character for everybody type of situation, I feel like there's not enough characters like that. I mean, I think there is, but it's like I feel like there's not like an Akuma like character in this game, and of course people always love freaking characters like that. Like to be honest with you, you need some basic stuff like that to get. That's what people be into. Like people can't understand like the coolness of Nagiri and stuff like that. Cause me, I'm like, oh yes, give me that weird stuff. Like that's the best stuff. Dang. Oh, she got me. Yeah, the more different it is, the better it is for me anyways. That's just me. I just prefer characters like that that are just different. That's why I freaking love Shoma, man. Obviously, I love the whole thing about the characters fighting with, obviously this about a school, so he's fighting using all his gear and stuff, using baseball-like attacks and stuff like that, baseball-themed attacks. But I can say, like, another thing you can say is that there's about fighting games is maybe there's too much going on because there's like so many different characters. Maybe people can't deal with that because the characters are not really fleshed out. I mean, that's always important in the game. You need the characters to be fleshed out for people to even care about them in the first place. I don't know how to play a Scales game. Well, not in this. I know how to play them in CBS, but not this. Cause yeah, like a lot of characters, they don't fight like traditional characters. I mean, they do in the way that fighting games work. You know, as far as that goes. But I mean, like obviously, like this character's using a violin and doing all these violin-themed attacks. That's what I mean. And it just didn't catch on. It could just be yet another thing, like it just didn't catch on in the West because at that time, I don't know how things were, but I don't think anime was as big and cool as it is now, you know what I mean? And it's like, you gotta remember that things were not always as they are now when people, now people think JoJo and all of that stuff is cool, but they didn't always think that. They were not always thinking that way. They thought they were thinking other things about it, or, you know, people weren't as open about liking that stuff. Basically stuff from Japan, but now it's completely different now. So now I feel like if they were to come out with this stuff now, I feel like it would be different. And at least for the small audience that I have, man, hopefully you guys will support the games if they ever do that, because people do not be buying the games, and it's the same thing that happened with Samurai Shodown 2019. Everybody always swears about how much they wanted something new, and then it came out and nobody really got it. I understand the Neko thing, but still, even on its own merits, that game is fun AF. That was definitely one of the funnest fighting games I played of yesteryear. That game was, I wish if that game had rollback netcode, that game would have been, I would have been on that game. If y'all don't know, my freaking PS4 died, so I can't even play those games anymore. So now all I do have is my computer. So that's very unfortunate. I can't even play those games anymore. I can't even, I mean, I was going to say, dang, I actually pressed it, I think. I wanted to get a new PS4, but I'm like, man, I'm going to just, because it's like the same price, because I want a Pro. And it's around the same price as a PS5, but it's impossible to get a PS5 right now unless you on it. And it's just impossible for me because I'll be at work all the time to catch, when they drop all the stuff, it'd be like at 4 a.m. And I'm like sleeping, gotta wake up in an hour, so I can't get it. If anybody got the hookup on the freaking PS5, hey, I'm trying to buy one. Hook your boy up. Then I will be playing more of those games. But yeah, I was just going on a tangent, whatever. I'm just talking. We just playing some games. But hey, so y'all saw? I don't know. Maybe he'll pop up. Hey, I was trying to get some new sprites for Batsu here because it would be cool to have them in 2D, right? So definitely, if you're on Twitter, help me spread the word about that. If any of you guys are from that audience and you're new to my channel, I'm basically trying to get resources to make a game and stuff. Yeah, so I'm trying to get some new sprites for Batsu so we can have a 2D version of him. And it'll just be like smooth, you know, animation wise, and you know, he'll just be looking tight. No, but I was gonna say the guy, you guys, if you're on Twitter, he said he would do it once he gets some time. So, hey, I guess it's gonna happen eventually. It's about to be sick. It's about to be sick. That's why I'm playing this again, so I can like make sure I got him right. I already was playing this already, obviously, before I made that clip the other day, and I already know about this stuff in general. But like I said, I'm just getting a refresher. He got me. Dang. I think you're supposed to lose to him. You're supposed to lose to him because he do like double damage and you barely do any damage, but you can beat him. But I'm over here like trying to talk more and stuff, but yes, man, this game, like, if you guys don't know, I'm all about the freaking the games that have been forgotten. Man, it's so hard for me to do freaking specials. Oops. Now I'm really trying to beat him now. Like, hold up. Let me stop talking for a second. Okay. But yeah. I don't even know what I was thinking. I went into concentration mode for a second there. I was like, hold up. Let me try to beat him real quick. Let me see what y'all saying though. So you said they need to make a new Project Justice. Yes, for real. If y'all haven't seen this text already, I'm assuming people have already played this game already, so sorry for interrupting it. But let me see here. Arcana Lover 98, what's going on? Big Russ, what's up? You said I like other games outside of them. I like fighting games sometimes, but all that much. You say but not all that much. I like various games as well myself, but you see, I just have a love for fighting games that just is bigger than anything else. You guys, if you didn't know, me personally, as someone you're watching on YouTube, I'm really into RPGs, JRPGs specifically, and I'm like super big on stuff like Dragon Quest and stuff like that. This guy, I could Suikoden in freaking Xenogears, Wild Arms. I could just keep on going, but yeah, I'm like super into RPGs and stuff. But that's just like more on my personal time. Like as I've decided to do YouTube, I'm all about the fighting game stuff. That's what I'll be doing on YouTube. But yeah, I play other games. It's cool to play other games as well. I'm just talking about as far as me, like what I'm doing. I'm not gonna be streaming Call of Duty like or stuff like that. Maybe not now, because the whole thing I want to do with YouTube is like spread the fighting game outreach. Like I have a purpose for doing that. So you know, I'm killing two birds with one stone type of thing. Different unique characters are always interesting. Yeah, I know, man. I'm all about that. I think that's really cool. And these characters are really different too. It's just like Darkstalkers, really. Like, I don't know. I feel like compared to Street Fighter, the characters are more generic. The characters in Street Fighter are like so stereotypical. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but like sumo, man, use sumo. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's like that as well. Like the freaking soccer player use soccer attacks. I guess it's the same, but I don't know. It's just the characters in these games, they never got fleshed out because obviously there's not a lot of games compared to Street Fighter where they have multiple games and stories and all of that. Hold up, I'm thinking when I'm playing, I'm like, oh, nah, I should be able to do it at the same time, but nah, but I already beat this game a bunch of times, so it's all good. But like I said, this is the first time, well, it's like the second time I'm using an arcade stick. But I'm an arcade stick noob, man, so like I cannot play competitively using an arcade stick. Yeah, but the thing about the variety of characters, I always do that. The thing about having variety, I just feel like a lot of the characters, I'm not talking about myself, okay? And I guess I shouldn't be so broad, but the characters, there's a lot of different characters, but they're not that interesting. Dang, I could have beat him if I was paying attention, but it's just like a lot of characters, but they're not, like I said, there's not a lot of characters that have caught people's attention, you know what I mean? That's why people only know Rival Schools. They remember freaking Batsu because he's the main character, Roy because Ken and Terry, Kyosuke because he was in CBS. You know, they only know like the main characters like that. They don't know about Shoma, Natsu, freaking all the other characters, Bowman or whatever, because those characters never really made an impression on a lot of people, you could say. But like I said, at the same time, they never really had a chance because they didn't really do anything in their game. Um, and of course, like Roy, he looks like, I don't know, he just looks like a character like, oh yeah, people are gonna think he's cool. Like I always use it like, you know how there's always like a Kakashi like character, like that dude in Jujutsu Kaisen, that dude with the, what's his name, with the white hair. There's always a character like that, and he's that character in this game, like a character that everybody thinks is cool type of character. But yeah, like a lot of people don't find these characters that interesting. So yeah, that's a big thing. I'm gonna have to use her too. But yes, unfortunately, like I keep saying, as much as the people that are watching this right now that actually know about this game and care about it, and not a lot of people care about this game, so, or the character, so that's just how it is. And that has a lot to do with it's like why only Batsu appeared in the crossover games, like and no one else from the game. I mean, I don't even know what I was thinking at the time, but that's crazy that Kyosuke is actually a CVS too, and a lot of people be sleeping on that too. Like, be sleeping on that fact that he's in that game. But I got into rival schools, I feel like, actually, you know, like I didn't even really pay attention to him in that game either. Even though I feel like I started playing this game a lot more, like later, because I didn't have like, I had a Dreamcast in this game. I don't know if it's still like in storage or something, but I used to play this game all the time. And then I also had the Japanese version. So I was playing that board game mode where you could create your own character. So if anyone played freaking Street Fighter EX3, how you could create a character, but it was really an edit of Ace. It was an Ace, and then you could pick the moves and stuff like that. That's how the create a character mode was. Except it was like Mario Party. It was like a board game, and then you had to like land on the spot in order to learn like a new move. And then I don't remember how I was doing it. I think I was looking up like a tutorial or something because I obviously didn't know Japanese. So I like, in order like how to get the moves, like to get the right moves that I wanted. I think for a while I was just guessing, like I was playing it, and every time I wouldn't get the move I wanted, I would start it over. God dang. Dang, he got me. I know I completely was just like, oh, hold on, let me see, let me try to, I really want to try to win though. God dang. But whatever I was saying that I forgot about, I just pretend, you know. So anyways, yeah. If only I could do a super, man. Oh, there we go. Got you. Dang, that's so hard for me to do on this. I'm still using the same one that I was using before, that I showed y'all like a ways back. I'm just not used to not using the controller, so it's challenging for me. This is how I challenge myself when I play fighting games, but I don't even know what I was talking about, but yes, go fighting games. But let me see what you guys are saying. Because these companies are lazy, they need to focus on good gameplay, character development, good story, and keep adding content to the game. Yeah, so let me say something about that specifically. So look, gameplay is the #1 thing when it comes to fighting games, right? Yes, but two, story and all of that stuff is also important, more so than you would think. So also, like, they may not make the best story modes in BCI, Street Fighter 5, but they try to do something. Who knows who's doing that? You know, who's in charge of that? Who's saying yes, do this and okay in it? But at least they try to do something. And people, there's like two sides. When it comes to fighting games, there's people who are like, who cares about story and all of this? And then there's people who like, who cares about online? I feel like having both is a good medium. It shouldn't be like a DLC story Street Fighter 5, but it should just be something that comes with the game. It doesn't even have to be super complex, but it could be complex, and I feel like they don't even have to stress over that because I don't know if anybody's into Udon or like the comic series, whatever. They write freaking great stories and all of that, and I don't know if y'all ever seen any of those, but those are really plausible and believable. Like, you know, continuing the story or expanding it, etc., etc., etc. And there's mangas of these things. Like Sakura has her own. I'm talking about the Udon in the actual Gambate, whatever. She has like her own manga as well. That stuff is freaking so cool. You guys could. I don't know what to say. I'm about to say you can look it up. I don't know. Like y'all can look on the internet and see that it exists, and then go from there. It's up to you. Maybe you could buy it. Hey, but y'all should look up that stuff. That's really interesting. But yes, the characters, they make you come back to the game. Obviously, the gameplay is good as well. But I always say it's like, if you were not playing online, you need to have something else to do in the game to keep you playing. Because obviously, arcade mode is old after you beat it once. Especially if you can't unlock anything. Remember, you used to be able to beat the game multiple times and unlock stuff? They need to bring that back. I know they did it a little bit in Street Fighter 4. I believe you can unlock Goken or something, and some other things. I don't know. I don't remember exactly, but I swear you can unlock him in that game. But anyways, they need to bring that back where you could actually unlock characters. But it's like a constant battle they have, because it's like they can't do the unlock character things because people want to play online right away. I think that they should have. They should have it to where you have to unlock everything in the game in all the other modes except for online. Online, you could use everything from the get-go. Because obviously some people want to get the game and just go straight to online because that's what they want to do. But not everyone is like that. Some people like to, let me enjoy the story mode first, which is going to teach me how to play the game. Now I know what to do when I go online. You know what I mean? Because not everybody's a freaking expert, freaking evil champion. You know what I mean? So... you also gotta think about that too. And then it's just like some people just want to play and have fun, like in like modes where there's like time attack and stuff like that. There's actually a lot of people out there who do that because look, the whole speedrunning thing. That's a thing, right? Because people want to challenge themselves. It's just like having more stuff to do in the game. It will definitely increase the longevity of people like being a part of that scene, a part of that game, supporting that game. And then the whole thing about adding content, of course, definitely you should. I mean, a game where Street Fighter 5, everyone could say what they want about that game, but they supported that game. They did not give up on that game. And whether you like it now or not, it's completely different than what it was before, I would say. So, because of course you could look at NBCI and see that they dropped that game like nothing. Because they didn't do well in the beginning. They was like, oh, we ain't putting no more time into this. They could have just kept on supporting that game. But, of course, no one knows the full details about that. But I'm just saying, it's an example. I'm over here like, oh, I can't, like, focus at the same time as you play this game. Yeah, let me beat him first, and then I'll try to remember what I was saying. But I'm gonna look at what y'all was saying and then go from there. I know I be going off when I be talking about fighting games, man. I be like, oh yes, got him. But anyway, let me see here. Because these companies are lazy, they just focus on good game, character development, good story. Yes, but like I was saying, to get straight to the point. Characters having background stories and all of that stuff, you come back for your favorite characters because you think they're cool, or maybe you relate to them in some way or something like that. It's not just about the gameplay. They need to understand that as well. And all of those, the interactions, the character interactions, like special intros, stuff like that, characters acknowledging each other, remembering stuff that happened to them in the past, that stuff is important, man, because that's storytelling and that's narrative. And that's like, obviously, like I said, there's like a huge thing about like two different sides of people thinking that you don't need narrative when it comes to fighting games, but you don't. But if you want people to keep on playing the games, it's a good way to keep them playing the games. I could care less about newer games in general. I feel you. You said, yes, Sam's show is fun as hell. Would be better if it had Red Neko. Yep. That's funny you say that because JoJo has been around for a long time. Think about JoJo. Man, I've been reading JoJo not since it first came out, but I had read all the mangas and stuff before the animes and everything. And it wasn't until like sometime around, I would say it was starting to get steam. Part 2, Battle Tendency, but then Part 3, Stardust Crusaders. Then like I feel like the meme culture made that anime blow up, like the series blow up in general, because obviously all the deal stuff and everything. And then freaking Jotaro freaking got people onto knowing what Kenshiro was saying, you know, the Oe, whatever he be saying, y'all know what I'm talking about. Like all of that stuff connected, but it got popular literally because of memes. Like memes literally got that stuff to get more popular. I don't have PS4, any of those new gen consoles. Hey, damn, so I missed out on PS4 as I was wanting to Switch. Hey, not a lot of games came out. I feel like not a lot of fun games came out on those anyway. Well, I mean, I'm talking about ones that I'm particularly interested in. Obviously, Fighters came out on all 3 of those. I love Dragon Ball Z. I know I was playing Fighters for a while when it came out, but I'm not really like, I love Arx's games. I've been playing Guilty Gear. I've been playing Guilty Gear since all of them. I played all of them. I used to play Guilty Gear as Suka, you know. I played that little beat 'em up mode. I wanted to remake something like that, but yeah, I played all the games, but it's not my favorite series. And I like Guilty Gear Strive is cool, and you know I'm happy to see everybody hype about that game, but it's just not for me. I'm always gonna be like loyal to the Capcom SNK fighting games, because the only reason SNK fighting games aren't as popular as Capcom is because I feel like the people over there on that team are just too traditional. Like they don't want to use like American-made stuff, and you know that's what I'm saying. Like the whole Neko thing with the SNK stuff, they're like, we're coming up with our own solution. It's basically like, oh, we're not gonna use what's something that's already pre-established, which will make it easier. But you know, they probably gotta pay royalties and all of that as well. So trying to avoid that by doing some in-house stuff. But that's the only reason SNK fighting games are not as popular, is because of the netcode, and people cannot play the games online like that. Because otherwise, SNK fighting games, that's the only fighting game company that compares to Capcom, in my opinion. In my opinion, I know I love Arx's games, and I know a lot of people do as well. But as far as like gameplay mechanics go, SNK is just up there, and the netcode is the only thing that holds those games back. Yeah, I'm using an arcade stick. He said, oh, so you got somebody working on Batsu? Very dope. Thought you needed help to commission that. Oh no, so I just posted that clip. If you guys saw that on Twitter, I just posted that Batsu thing. Because that's just what was already available right now, so I had to try it very hard to try to make something out of it. Basically do the best I could with what's available. And I did that, and I used that to put the word out that I still need assistance with it, because I still need to. He's still missing stuff. His frames are still wacky. It just doesn't look good, like animation wise, especially compared to the other stuff. So the guy just said literally today he could be in the stream. I don't know that he would. When he gets time, he will see. So yeah, this dude on the screen about to be getting an update. So that's pretty hype. So I guess we're gonna see that when it happens. And then as soon as I get the stuff, the resources, then I'm going to put it out there for y'all to see it. Let me see. You said, what's up, Ike? They should do a remake of this game just like how they did FX Layer, Fighting Layer. Man, I never really played Fighting EX Layer like that. I mean, I did the original game. I'm not talking about Shoot for the EX. I'm talking about the actual Fighting Layer game that a lot of people did not play. That game, we've been talking about that game multiple times. That game's fun. That game's really fun and cool. Got a lot of interesting characters as well. You said, yeah, but I never really played that game specifically. I'm talking about the new one that came out. I just wasn't interested in it, and I'm not really interested in those characters like that. I was really only interested in them when they were in Street Fighter with that crossover. Yeah, I meant to say, but not all that much. My mistake. You said, gotta help bring that to life. Also, hi everyone. D. Hope y'all doing well. What's going on, Nate Goddard? You said what? You said Said God of War and Ninja Gaiden is awesome. Yeah, man, there's a bunch of games. That's what I'm saying. It's not that I'm against other games. It's just like that's like a one-on-one experience, like a single-player game. I'm just not like I don't really play video games like that. Like I be telling y'all. And the times that I do be playing fighting games, it's like this. I'm streaming. But at the same time, I'm doing it to like because I'm about to make these characters. That's why I'm playing the game. I'm like doing research on it and stuff like that. Obviously I played these games when I was younger, but now it's like I'm not playing for fun per se, you know what I mean? I'm specifically playing to get something out of it right now. Yeah, but God of War, Ninja Gaiden, those games are awesome. I think God of War 1 through 3, I believe I played that. And I don't think I played the ones that started on PS4. And I definitely did not play the new one. I have not played the new one. What up, Swagger Keys? Say how you been? I've been good, man. Just working like everybody. I feel like we all just in work mode. You say you're from the U.S.? You say you be trying to catch the streams, but you at work, man. I don't be streaming like that. I know. I'm trying to put more work in on the stream. So if y'all want to see me keep streaming, definitely support the streams for real. Cause I'll keep streaming. You know, it's a hustle thing. I'm hustling right now on my stream game. He said, just hanging around. You got a haircut yesterday? Okay. That's what's up, man. I need to get a haircut. I'd rather get one tomorrow. C for the 5 are lit right now? Yeah, see, I don't play it, so I don't even know. That's why I say I don't knock the game, though. I would never knock it. Obviously, I have a lot of bias because I'm a hardcore fan of these companies, but they're doing their best, I would say. I would like to think they're doing their best because new content is coming out. They got they got Rose, Oro. Don't really care about Oro for real, but they got a Kira in there, so that's all I needed to see. So I'm good with that. Yes. One game said, "Yo, TD, is nice to see you. It's been a while. Hope your project is progressing. It's been several years since I've followed you, and I am French. I'm even ready to pay for your game if you finish. Nah, you will never have to pay for this game. Like I be telling y'all, look." For those that be watching, even though over the years, we have talked about this. Y'all don't need to pay me nothing. Y'all don't need to pay me nothing here. So you guys want to help when y'all be saying pay, y'all could pay the artist to get, y'all could take my role, what I do. So I find these artists, I have to look for them, I do my research, I find them on Fiverr, whatever the case may be, and then I hire them, and then they do the work that I hired them to do. You can do that. You can hire them, so you don't have to go through me as the middleman, because that be people, you know, not everybody is hype about this stuff, and y'all already know how cancel culture is. I'm just being real with y'all. So y'all can do it in that way. But if you want to support me as a person that you want to watch on YouTube, you can definitely do that, and it's completely up to you. But yeah, if y'all want to help in that way, I appreciate it. It's up to you. Completely up to you though. And definitely, yeah, I appreciate you even thinking of me like that. I think fighting games really only need like arcade modes, but story is fine. Yeah, you would say fighting games only need arcade modes, but after you do the arcade mode, then what are you gonna do? You're not gonna keep on playing that game. Obviously, online is a huge component of people continuing to play the games, but the online scene right now is only those people who are hardcore about playing online. Some people want to do other things. Just say if there was a way to balance out playing online and just having fun, like doing some other stuff in the game that you could do. That can, like, not everyone learns games the same way, at the same medium. Okay, I'll always say, so me when I play fighting games, I always like to do, these are some of the things I do. I always play the fighting game on the hardest difficulty. Always play on the hardest difficulty no matter what. That's just something I'm into. I feel like that's gonna make me learn the game like easy. Like that's the whole point of, but that's why you can choose your difficulty level, obviously, and you can just, as you feel like you're getting better, turn it up. But as soon as I first start anything, I'm always playing on the hardest mode right away. But yeah, not everybody is like that, and maybe playing through arcade mode at these different difficulty levels is not enough. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like these other modes where you're like playing through a story mode, like you just have other things to keep your interest and distract you from just always thinking of playing competitively. You know what I mean? Like you're just having fun and getting better at the game, stress free. And that's how it is for a lot of people because, like I said, not everyone is a hardcore fighting game fan. So, and you gotta look at the how things are today. And it's not just the hardcore fans are not gonna carry the games. That's why the community is so small as it is because it's only that small community that's playing the game. But people want to expand. They want to do other things and they want to have a bigger crowd and a bigger audience. Just as we all do, we want that for the community. But that's why they need these other things to help with that. You know what I mean? Because it's like, of course, we are gonna be like, oh, I will buy a new Rival School games if it came out, but it costs money to make games, and you gotta make the money back that you spent to make the game. So that's why they think about expanding and all of that stuff to increase the player base. And obviously, with an increased player base, that means you get to play your game online. Because not all games, even though they have an online component, people are not playing the games online anymore. So you don't have no one to play, even though there's an online mode. So why are you gonna keep playing that game if you got nothing to do? Some people still enjoy the games. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, it's just like it's like various ways to look at it, you know. So you said the recent updates made Ryu and Nash Savage. Hey, I'm gonna have to check that out. My boy Charlie, because I was working on that too. I'm about to definitely see what's up with that. You said off topic of what next character reveal trailer you're looking forward to in KOF 15. For me, it's Kenzo, Vanessa, third member of women's team, and Elizabeth. Hey, I have really no expectations for KOF 15 to be honest. So I really don't. I to be straight with you, the only time I be thinking about that game is like, oh, it's a Wednesday. Like it's literally like that. Like, oh yeah, like oops. It's not like I'm like waiting every Wednesday to see what's gonna happen because it hasn't been that hype for me. You saw the last reaction. It's just because not only do I play these games a lot, but I've already seen all of this stuff. So I feel like it's more hype for people who have not seen it before. Because like I said, or for those that don't know, a lot of people did not play KOF 14. So seeing 15, all of this stuff is new to them. And that's great. You know, I want nothing best for the game. But myself personally, just seeing like a new skin over this stuff is not that hype, you know. I would like to see more. Like when they did those changes to Terry, that was like what? Like they actually did something different. They actually did that, but they did that because of Smash. That's the only reason they did Terry like that, and that's why they gave him the classic look and everything because of Smash Bros. And that will help a little bit, but will it help enough to like make the game blow up? I don't think so. They haven't showed anything yet that's just like gonna drive people crazy about the game. As far as I've seen, I'm just being real, and I'm a super fanboy to these games, but I ain't gonna front. Like the game is looking whatever right now, so we just gonna have to see. It could be just like KOF 14 with how they changed it later on, which I feel like they're gonna do that. They're probably just doing what they can right now. They're gonna switch up the graphics and everything later on, like they did with KOF 14. But I guess we're gonna see. I'm gonna get the game, of course, and be hype about it. But yeah. You said Heal Sephiroth? Yeah. You said Heal's design is awesome as hell. Yeah, he is cool. Well, like I'm saying, like, he's cool, but he's not that memorable. You know what I mean? Like, compared to other villains like M. Bison and Gil, like, he's not that impressionable. And in this game, because obviously in the other game, he was also the boss, but now he has this other mode, which I think is cool. But it's just like he gets possessed by a spirit or something. That's just like the boss, the final boss. It's kind of weak. Like, you know what I mean? Like the build up to that is kind of weak. And then the story and the presentation of this game is like, I mean, they trying to do something, but it's like, you know, the main story is like someone impersonating Batu. Like, you guys don't know the difference between this guy and you supposedly been knowing him this long, and this guy has a different, like, he looks visually different. He got the white hair and everything. He fight different, and you guys don't notice that's him. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, but they just like the story just didn't kick off like that. But the characters, man, I think the characters are super interesting. Let me see something here. Yeah, but I think they need like a strong villain for this series. And like I said, like let's just say we all could have our favorite characters in this game, but I don't feel like there's a balance of cool characters, like enough cool characters in this game. and that's like that for a lot of games. Because there's a lot of, I feel like there's a lot of characters in this game. If I could try to make more sense, that people don't play. Like, of course, there's gonna be those people out there who always play the random characters that no one else likes. But I feel like this game has a lot of characters that just nobody ever is gonna pick them. I don't know. Like I said, it's just about people personal taste and everything, I guess. But you said, what do I think is the issue with story mode and fighting games? I feel like the story is not like consistent. That's the thing, because something always happens and then boom, like it just retcon, you know what I mean? So you don't really take it seriously. And I always look at it this way. I always talk about freaking Charlie's story, because Charlie, if you guys don't know, I'm an advocate for pushing him to be the main character. Or Street Fighter, using Street Fighter as an example, I always say that Street Fighter in itself right now with what we have, there's not really any story to it if you really think about it, because all of these things happen in these other endings and everything, but they say it's not canon or whatever, blah blah blah, so it never happens. But the thing about Charlie's story, I could just use Charlie and Guile as an example. Guile goes through all of these games trying to find the person who did something to his friend, right? He has this vengeance and he never succeeds in his goal. He never does anything. And he's like completely, when he meets him, he just like, it's just like anticlimactic, you know, nothing, it's just like whatever. It's like all this build up. This guy who is visiting his grave at every ending, putting drinks on his grave, you know, he cannot forget about this guy. You know what I mean? That's his sworn brother. And then nothing ever comes out of it, right? So I'm saying, like, they could already take everything that's already pre-established in all of the games that they have already. They don't have to do anything extra. You take Street Fighter Alpha, you take some of the events that happen there, you take some of the events of Street Fighter Alpha 2, you take some of the events of Street Fighter Alpha 3. If any of you guys know the story of Charlie, he goes off searching for Bison, blah blah blah. He's the only character who could be considered a hero in the game, right? He's the only one who's actually out to stop Bison, this evil dictator, this guy who's trying to take over the world. He's not Ryu, who just happens to be at the right time in the right place, and Bison wants him, so that's how he encounters him, because he's looking for him. Ryu's not out trying to save the day, he's out trying to find himself. He has absolutely nothing to do with the main plot of the game or the villain. He just happens to be there. That's why him and Bison relevancy is just wasted potential, because he did not have to do anything with that. That could be Bison's objective, but Bison should be the villain and fail, right? That's why you have Charlie, Guile, Chun-Li, all of these characters with similar motives, and they never accomplish anything. So I mean, like I was saying about the Alpha 3 ending, is like they're after Bison, obviously everybody after Bison, the actual villain of the story, who's killing all kinds of people, kidnapping people, doing all kinds of villain stuff. You know, he was an actual villain. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, there is your narrative right there. You got your evil guy who's doing that stuff, and then you have your hero team, which is actually the Interpol freaking Air Force connection with these two guys. You got Chun-Li supporting. She got her father that never goes anywhere with that whole thing. But still, she has a motive. You know what I mean? That's why those characters link together. Charlie is out to stop Bison from doing all of this stuff. And then you could insert. I mean, they've already done this already. In the life and death of Charlie Nash, the Udon, like I said, they literally already did everything I'm saying right now. You take everything that was already pre-established, you take a little bit of each of it, and you just put it in a pot and you mix it. You just turn it and twist it till for every gap in that story, you take something pre-existing and you enter it right there. So it's like, if freaking Guile's ending, he finally catches up to Charlie. He says the whole thing about trying to bring him back, blah blah blah, but Charlie knows that, like, they're already screwed because they already got betrayed already by the military, whatever. It's corruption in the military. And then they go through that and this and that. They encounter Bison. So in Guile's ending, Charlie stops Bison and he stays back when they're about to blow the base up. So they're about to blow the base, right? That explosion happens. Charlie makes Guile leave. The explosion happens, right? That ending in Alpha 3, for Guile's ending, the ending, it's over after that, right? So that happens, but I'm saying, boom, right after that explosion, they could be right there in Venezuela. They could have already been in Venezuela because we didn't like say there was a specific destination. They're already in Venezuela, right? So after that explosion, boom, that's when they're right there at that part, and it's Charlie and Bison one-on-one, and it's that right there from Alpha 2, right? And then that's where they carried on from Street Fighter 5, where he gets shot down and Illuminati, blah blah blah, whatever. But I'm just saying, like, they already have stuff that can be used that they've already made. They just really gotta mix it up and put it together to where it makes sense. That's literally all it is. But I'm trying to say, Street Fighter on its own, there's no real story. It's like nothing really matters. It's like all of this stuff. Like, some people care about it more than others. Obviously, those who are still listening to what I'm saying, those of you who actually care about the characters, because most people, they don't care about that stuff. They just want to play a game, video game, have fun, whatever. Like I said, there's two sides to that. So the whole people going in depth explaining it, that's a specific crowd of people who are into that type of thing. But I know I'm just going off on a tangent because I just like, I feel like all of that stuff is just wasted potential, man, that they could do a lot with that and they just don't do it. But I really wish they would do something with the story, because that's something that keeps you coming back, like I said. Because I come back to play these games because I want to play my favorite character, not gameplay wise, just because I think what he went through is cool, his story, and I like that, and I connect and vibe with that. So it's like a different side. Yeah, this is Dreamcast. You said I meant to characters, interactions, them having conversations, stories, all of it is what makes them great characters. Yep. You said I totally agree with you. Battle of Tennessee is the best. Yeah, Jojo was tight. You said I made a donation to you. There is no more the small bell. Oh, let me see. Actually, I don't know, because I'm using a new computer right now, and I literally just downloaded Streamlabs and started streaming. So I guess I didn't set all of that up. But hey, I appreciate you, man. Definitely appreciate that. I feel like SNK is a mixed bag when it comes to popularity. It's kind of like Darkstalkers, where Morgan, Iori, Terry, and Maya are probably more popular by themselves than King of Fighters. Yeah, it's always like that. It's always, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. So, Sebastian Swan, look at what you just said right now. And then that's what I'm saying about Darkstalkers and rival schools. They don't have the Iori, they don't have the Terry, they don't have the Mai. Every fighting game has characters like that, right? Like you the characters you absolutely know. Like, you look at rival schools, who's the female character that stands out above anyone else? There's no one like that. You could say Hinata, but people don't know Hinata like that. People barely know who she was, and she's in the background of the beach stage in Street Fighter 5. So I'm saying, like, this is what I'm saying about these games. They don't have enough characters like that are popular on their own for their games to be, popular like that. He said, nice, can't wait to see Batsu in action. Oh yeah, me too. I'm looking forward to that as well. You said that's a good point. Individual Darkstalkers and Kill characters are way more popular than their games. Yeah, they are. That's only because people love the characters outside of playing the game. That's what I'm saying. Like, to actually care about what the character's background is and their story and all of that, that means you're actually interested in that character. That's why people make fan art and draw all of that stuff, because they love those characters. They may not, I would say a lot of people who make fan art probably don't even play fighting games. It's just like they just love how a character looks, their personality and things like that. That's why I'm saying it has a lot. It's way more important than one would think. I wish Project Justice was on a PlayStation Network. I don't have any idea where to play this. Yeah, no, that would be cool. I feel like they should do that as well. But there's always like some type of financial thing that's going on behind the scenes that why things like that don't happen. But I know you can play it on PC or obviously Dreamcast, of course. You can probably find these things cheap too online. Mugen characters Marco post CVS. I don't know what that means. I really want to play this on PS4. Yeah, I know, that would be dope. You said, yo, who would win, DSP versus LTG? Who is DSP? I don't know what DSP is. Hey, y'all, I'm new to the scene, so I'm like learning who people are and all of that. And so it's gonna take me some time. I know who LTG is, but I don't know who DSP is. I feel like somebody said something about that person before. I'm the youngest in my family and random. Also, we need to play each other in Fightcade. Yeah, for sure. We can do that. I just gotta get Fightcade set up. You can have fun online. There's casual mode for a reason. The thing with fighters is that the AI usually would suck, almost always having a glaring weakness. So let me tell you about AI. Look, if you play video games, no matter what one could say about AI, if I feel like everybody has at least played Mega Man, some Mega Man game before, and I just use Mega Man because it's very basic in concept. Like the boss or whatever your opponent, they have a pattern, they have a script that they follow, and you just gotta get used to that script. Even though they may not do everything in the exact same order, when they do that one specific thing, it's in that pattern. That's just how I look at it. That's why eventually, before you go online, beat the computer on the hardest. Like if you're new to fighting games, like that's what I be saying, play on the hardest difficulty. You play at the hardest level that game can offer you. That's your starting point to start playing other people. It's like, because the computer, in my opinion, you should not be losing to the computer. Like, because like I was saying, it's just a program, it's just an AI script. But that's how you overcome it. You keep playing until you can beat it. So this is why you could build bad habits when you only get used to fighting the AI. Yep, exactly, because a human player is always they could be random. Unlike an AI, like I'm saying, like an AI can only be so random because they still have to follow those specific patterns. When you playtest combos on the AI, what you mean habits are due from how characters work with your playstyle, or you guys are talking to each other? I like playing fighting games for fun, but don't play like how most people do, where they trash talk others and saying who's better than who. That's why I don't play them like that. It depends, because look, here's the thing with competitive fighting games, and obviously this is my take. Trash talk is fun when it's like I don't even know the word. It's like when there's some love in it. Like, you just playing. Obviously, you just playing. When you don't take it too far, when you're trying to get under somebody's skin because you want them to like clap back at you, kind of like. Because the most fun I've ever had with a fighting game is not overwhelmingly destroying somebody. It's when you have a perfect match when you guys are like equally skilled and it's like tough. Like you never know how it's gonna go. It could go either way. Like you want you want to bring out the best in that person, but you also don't want to lose to them. That's how I see. So it's like you just having fun, trying, using everything that you learned against this person. And it's like, I'm gonna show you that I put more time in this game because I know how to do this stuff that you don't. I don't know. There's so many ways to look at it, but yeah, it's like you want to be rewarded for taking your time and learning the game versus inserting. A lot of people don't like comeback mechanics because they kind of throw away that complete thing. Because no matter what, you could be doing all of that stuff, but you get to that point where that comeback mechanic activates and that kind of just like, oh boom, it's like it completely throws off that spectrum there because there's a comeback mechanic. It gives the other player a chance when they would have normally not had a chance. But trash talk is fun, man. Obviously when people don't take it too far, it's fun because I love the trash talk. Okay, so for an example would be trash talking in fighting games versus trash talking for anyone who's played like any versus games online, like Call of Duty, League of Legends, that type of toxic trash talk. Okay, that's different. That's completely different if you're talking about that, because people be like going crazy. You know what I mean? I'm talking about like, oh, so you thought you were gonna win, huh? Like, people like, oh, I'm the best in this game. Nobody could beat me. And you're like, okay, let's see, just fun. There's levels to it, man, because obviously people take it too far, like, of course. There's always somebody who takes it too far. It would have been awesome if they did 4-person teams instead of 3-person. On Project Justice, I mean, it really doesn't make a difference if it's one-on-one anyways. Habits are also formed due to how your opponent plays usually, which can also develop bad habits. Whoa, chat must be behind a lot. Fighters Tube says, yo TD, I love your game. I hope your game worked. Can't wait to play it. Hey, appreciate it. Hey, thank y'all. Hey, like I'm telling y'all, if y'all keep supporting me doing this YouTube stuff, I'm gonna keep on doing it. So hey, y'all support the channel, it goes into me making more content. And like I always say, every time y'all see me put something, every time you see me put out something new, that goes towards that. So yeah, That's how I got that new HUD. If you guys didn't know that, I hired somebody to make all of that stuff. It did not just come down from the sky. Let's see here. You said, yeah, I wasn't. Oh yeah, thank you again, man. Much appreciated for you guys supporting me doing the YouTube thing. You said, yeah, I wasn't fun of Curl as a new villain in Rival Schools. Oh, he wasn't. You're trying to say I wasn't a fan? Yeah, he's not that memorable, you know. I feel like the thing with Batsu, he could be more popular, but he just hasn't had enough time to shine. I mean, he needs to be in more versus games. If they would have put him in a Marvel vs. Capcom game, look, I already know he's in Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, but if they would have put him in a Marvel vs. Capcom game, like, let's say if he was in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I feel like that would have completely boosted Rival Schools, because you got to put him in a game that, I mean, Tatsunoko vs. Capcom is great, it's amazing, but it did not do like Marvel vs. Capcom 3, like competitive wise and all of that. If he was in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, things would be different for him. Like, he's a cool character. He's your main character, dude. This guy is a Shoto, but he's not. He's definitely not like Ryu and Ken, like literal Shoryuken, like, you know, like Dan is like a slightly different animation, or Sakura. He's like, obviously, because his moves are completely different. His uppercut is completely different. He doesn't have a Tatsumaki. He got that. He got a crack shoot from Terry. He got a freaking dive kick. He just got a lot of different stuff. So, he just needs more shine, man. I love this character, for real. But yeah, like you said about the villains, man, Kuro is not memorable at all. Like, he's just not, he doesn't have that Akuma factor to him. Like, you need like a badass character, like, for people to like really get on that. And that's what I'm saying about Rival Schools. They don't have a lot of characters like that that really just stick with people, because they're not interesting, and they don't have enough story to make them interesting. For instance, Dragon Ball FighterZ, the AI are usually vulnerable to getting hit constantly by Super Dash. Super Dash, usually because the player is usually not too viable when in the neutral without help, since you can easily just get 2H'd. Yeah, so it's like I was saying, the thing with AI is always going to be like that. AI is a script. No matter what, a human player can be random. A AI is going to be random, you know, following that script. Like a random, when I do this, it's the same way I do this every single time. So that's how I look at it. I always use the Mega Man comparison, because when you play Mega Man bosses, what are you doing? Trying to find out their weakness? You're finding out their pattern so you could dodge their attacks, and they just keep on doing the same attacks over and over. You get their health lower, it activates that second AI, then they start doing their secondary move or whatever the case may be. It's just like that. That's why in freaking SNK games, SNK boss syndrome, I feel like that's how it is. You spend all your time learning the game, trying to beat the AI, you get to the boss, you get to Orochi, you get to Geese and Fate of Fury, they completely change the way you play in the game. You're not playing the game using fundamentals anymore. You're playing the game using your Mega Man strategy. You're breaking it down. You're seeing their pattern, what they're going to do, how you can exploit them from doing this. That's how it is. That's SNK boss syndrome, and that's literally the tactic to beat them. You throw away all logic like that, because they just I don't know, it's not that they're still following their script, but they have a lot of priority, and you just got to find an exploit. I feel like Charlie is the protagonist in Street Fighter 5 story mode. Charlie should have been the protagonist in Street Fighter. But the thing that when I was talking about that, it's like this. All of these characters can exist in the same game and have their own story. Look at Tekken, just like that. They all exist, they all can interact, but they all have their own narrative, they all have their own goals, they all want to complete their own story. The whole thing with Street Fighter Alpha, like Bison, Charlie, Guile, Chun-Li, they could be fighting him. Ryu literally has Akuma, his rivalry with Ken, Sagat. He has all these other characters that are not related to Bison that he can interact with and have something interesting with. He doesn't need to be everywhere for the story to progress, because Ryu, character-wise, he doesn't have a lot going on. I mean, this guy is searching for himself, and I don't know how many games, you know, still coming to the same conclusion that he needs to keep on going and fighting, versus somebody else who's actually trying to stop an evil terrorist. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why. It's just because those characters don't really stick with people. They're just like, oh, martial artist. Oh, he has an evil mode, Dark Hado. Like they just go crazy over. Oh, evil Oni. Like people just go crazy over that stuff. So that's just how it is, man. People go nuts over characters like that. You said Budokai 3 for life. Yeah, Budokai 3 is that. I think people do have different values when it comes to fighters. Some may look at characters that just functions and that rollback netcode is important, while others like the content. Yep, it is definitely a variety. Say, I'm not really into the whole FD scene either. That's okay. It was word of mouth in the story, and not a lot of people knew who Batu was. Yeah, exactly. He said, Capcom vs. Tatsunoko should also be on PlayStation Network. Yeah. He said, have you been following my MBC2 project? What do you think? No, I haven't. What's going on? What have you been doing? Hey, hold up. I'll be right back. Time out. Then I'll start playing some games and stuff. Okay. Hey, no, but what have you been doing with your stuff? I haven't seen you. You don't really be that active. You be playing Street Fighter 5 a lot. I seen that. Alright, but okay, let me see here. Hey, so pay attention to these moves. Hey, you know, I am actually really excited about him getting new sprites, man. I can't wait. I will show you what I have right now, though. Let's just look at his moves, though, so you can see my inspiration. Man, oh man, I freaking love that animation for that move, cause he put so much power into it in the air. Dang, super inputs on this are so hard for me. Oh, let me see, actually. 1, 2. Oh, okay. Interesting. No, but this dude also has an alternate form too. A lot of people don't know. And it's called Burning Batsu, which is just like if every character has some type of evil variant, even though it's not evil, but like some type of different mode, different variant of that character. That's his. He has like slightly different moves. He has a new grab super and a different uppercut. And all of his fireballs are fire now. So it's red, and he got this different elbow, different burning elbow. Well, this one is called burning elbow instead of the guts upper. And then just carry down as fire instead of electricity. So it's like normal mode, he uses electricity. Burning Batsu, he's all about using fire. Oh yeah, I forgot to do the air super of that. Oh yeah, that's the freaking Inazuma grab. That's like the main thing he has different. Is that grab super. But yeah, Burning Batsu. I mean, I still think it's cool. But of course, like I'm saying, does it have that same cool factor as freaking Evil Ryu to Ryu? No, it doesn't. I'm just talking about like what like the outer spectrum of like in general, like will people think that's better? I don't think so. People just love evil modes, man. I'm pretty sure eventually at some point Evil Dan is gonna be an actual thing. Evil Sean. They gonna make evil of all of those characters at some point, watch. Wait, hold up, let me see. Evil, man. Everyone's evil inside, that's why. Let me see here. Okay, let me see. But yeah, remember his animation from this game. But yeah, dang. I am looking forward to the future of that. Where is it? Hold up. Oops. I'm just gonna mess with this a little bit just so you can see what I was talking about the sprites. I'm getting smaller. I know a lot of y'all out there. You said, what? Let me see what y'all saying. You said the artwork of CVS is one of my favorite things that made that game great, which makes me think that the unique way you create your color palette is awesome. Yeah, color separation is dope. I'm using this right here. I'm using a Hori Rap 4. This is my first fighting game stick. I don't use these. This is my first one. So that's why it's still new to me, because I don't use it often. Dang, I definitely never use this on this right here. Dang. Dang, heavy kick all the way over here? Hold up, I gotta change the buttons. Hey. Hold up. There's like a lot of new buttons on this. There's so many buttons on this thing, I don't even know. God dang. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there's like so many side buttons on here. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, L3, R3, turbo, and share. What does share do? You say your passion and love for all things Capcom and SNK shows in your work, man. You're truly inspiration to creators everywhere. Whether it be Mugen or Eichmann Go, keep doing your thing. Oh yeah, for sure, of course. Y'all gotta keep on your own grind for sure. Who is doing the layout for your game? You're talking about the HUD. I hired a guy to do it. You said when is CVS XT? What is that? What is CVS XT? But yeah, you guys want me to show you what I got so far? I want to do something that's not complete right now, so people can see it. They'd be like, oh, yeah. Oh wait, wrong button. Oh, I did. Oh wait, no, I did it right. Oh no. Ah, why goes this way is fine. I never used a stick on this, man. This is like interesting. This is like so hard. Oh damn. This is like so. This is like a playing this game for the first time ever using this arcade stick. Holy freak! But I gotta get. I'm using it so I can get better at it. Okay. Okay. Let me see. And hopefully me smashing the buttons ain't too loud. God dang. Dang. Just gotta get used to doing this. Man, I never use the analog in games. That's supposed to be that burning bottom move. I tried my best to use what sprites were available to make it. But that's what that's supposed to be. That, his burning elbow. But yeah, oh yeah, look, see? That's the stuff you don't see. But I guess, you know, obviously, you know, people don't know that you gotta make stuff first. But yeah, I don't like, obviously everybody did the best they could with what they had, but I'm gonna try to get his actual grabs that he had. Oh, he is hard. I can literally play on the keyboard easier than I can on this. What's going on? I was just trying some stuff, but yeah, I just had started on like really getting into depth with this, but once we get those new sprites, that's why I want you to see how it looks now. So once the sprites get done, hopefully it looks way better. Because obviously it's there, but it's just a placeholder for now. Because I know a lot of people don't care, but I don't like how this looks. Like, it's fine for now, but if you really look at this stuff, like you can see it. I just want all of it to be consistent. Like that, you can see like he did his best, but you know. I just like working with higher quality stuff. It just like I could do way more with it. So that's why I want to do that. Hold up, let me see here. I'm gonna mess with this like a little bit. Yeah, I'm about to wrap up in a little bit though. I just wanted to get a little time in right now. But yeah, yo, I don't be having time for YouTube. I work full time, so like I keep saying, if y'all want me to do the YouTube thing, man, support the channel. That just means subscribe and all of that stuff. Support the channel in any way you want to. It's up to you. But yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, let me see. I'm about to work on this too, man. I'm about to just play it on just for a little bit. Dang, I can imagine doing a raging storm on this, a fight stick, man. No way, I can do it. I cannot do it. I can literally do this on the keyboard, but not a fight stick. It should be easier on this. Oh, I did it. It's tough, man. It's tough. Damn, that is such a specific. Oh, this is so hard on this. Dang, I feel like I just started playing fighting games for the first time ever. Wait, what are you talking about? Are you talking about it looks choppy to you? Yeah. That's the thing with a lot of stuff like that. A lot of people just use what they got and they're okay with it. But I'm like, if I'm gonna use it, I just want it to be like everything else. You see the smoothness that's actually in the rest of these characters that are actually from that game? I just want it to be like that for everybody. But yeah, a lot of people don't know. I be on the grind like all the time, trying to get new resources like this. That's why it takes a lot of time, because nobody else is out there trying to get new stuff made. So if anybody out there wants to help get new stuff made, let me know so we can do it. It's a lot harder when it's just one person doing it. But a lot of people out there make characters, so I mean, like, you guys can use it too. It's just new resources for everybody. Dang, but dang, I just wanted to see how I could actually, like, I just wanted to see, like, how it was, like, actually using this. Like, man, I'm gonna have to seriously, like, put some time in on this freaking fight stick, because it's just the movement. The button layout is cool, but yeah, I'm just not used to this loose movement. I'm definitely a D-pad player, like, through and through. But I'll get used to it. I literally just have to use it and I'll be good. Just trying to do the Ranger Storm. Sting one. Oh, there we go. God damn, it's so hard on this. Dang, I'm trash on this, golly. But I'm gonna practice on it. Hey, I know some of y'all coming through right now, but hey, y'all gonna have to catch this one. And then support the channel if y'all want to keep seeing me stream. But that's it for now. I'm gonna be playing some other games, and I'm gonna stream it just so be talking and streaming. So yep. And let me see. Louise, Some Faggot, Ryu, Tuscan, Jacob, Retro Respecter, Nabil, Tino, Larry. Hey, thank y'all for subscribing. Hey, I appreciate it. Thank y'all for supporting the channel. Hey, you say you need to find what Street Fighter Alpha 3 remix? What are you talking about? Which one? That was a song from Rival Schools. Did I see the Geese versus Hayachi death battle? No, I didn't see it. I think somebody was trying to show me something from that, but I did not see it myself, no.
Come on.
Okay, let me see. Someone was trying to tell me about this like, hey, did you guys see that they used blah blah blah? You already talking about this, right? Because they used that stuff in there. I gotta rework it. See, it's still using the old thing. But man, I freaking love those. Those are freaking tight. Y'all didn't see it got the music to go with it too? So y'all be on one. Y'all know. Y'all don't know. Excuse me. But yeah, y'all, I'm about to wrap it up for today. Like I said, let me see. I got a good hour in. I'm happy with that. Support the channel and I'm gonna stream more. Guaranteed. So get that subscribe on. And share with your friends. Thank you very much. And support Pixel Artists on Twitter. Support Pixel Artists on Twitter. They can make, okay, so let me just say this. If you wanted Lin Kurosawa, you wanted me to make Lin Kurosawa, your payment to me, for me to work and create that character, is for you to hire the artists on Twitter, them to create the sprites, and then them to give me the sprites. My payment is the resource. So that's how you pay me, with the resource. So that I'm just saying, like, if somebody wanted to make Lin Kurosawa from Alien vs Predator, the Capcom character, because I seen somebody say that, that's how it will work. It's like, you get me the resources and boom, I got you. And then I'm going to put something together. I'm going to put her in here. I'm going to put her against Captain Commando or something like that, something crazy. And then I'm going to make something cool. The fun part for me is the creating process, right? So the creating process, actually putting it all together, doing little fun stuff like this. I am into animation and story and all the narrative and stuff like that. I love giving narrative to this stuff specifically. I'm really into it. And I would love to do that more with other stuff. But it's all depending on my audience. I can create, what resources I have available. So as long as you know that, that's how you guys can get whatever you want and support me by doing that, because I will make whatever I have the resources to make. So yeah, it's definitely about to be tight. You said I was just about to comment on the Soshi screens. You talking about the freaking doors, the geese? Yeah, if you fight against geese right on his stage, that will happen. It's like, at CVS how they had the intros for the stages. It's like that, but for him, like, if you fight him on his stage, it will activate, and only with him on the stage, obviously. So you go through arcade mode, you fight him, and then boom, he's gonna have that. It's not gonna be the same intro like this. Obviously, Rock versus Geese, they have their own special intro, but it's gonna be the doors opening and then whatever. But yeah, I really enjoy doing stuff like that, and I spend a lot of time I spend most of the time. For those who are interested, I spend most of the time doing intricate stuff like that, little details, to try to create like an actual game experience. For those who don't know, like, my original goal from doing this specific stuff that you see on the screen was to make something like an actual game. Like, when people say Mugen and stuff like that, they don't understand the concept like of an actual game. You know what I mean? Like Street for the Up for 3 type of like an actual game that has all of this content and everything, that it's not a compilation, or I don't know, not everyone is familiar with that terminology, but yeah, just to create an experience, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like all the fan service you could think of. But yeah, I really have a lot of fun doing that. But like I said, I saw somebody say that, so Lane Kurosawa, that would be dope. And just like the Batu thing too. Like, if you guys see these people and they want to make that stuff, give me the sprites and I got you. But yes, I'm going on and on. Subscribe, because a lot of y'all don't be subscribing. So I'm going to need you to help me with that. But yes, I'm about to press end stream. Any last words? Anybody have any last words? Hey, but this guy's name is some faggot. Why you name yourself some faggot? But yeah, while I'm waiting for anybody to say their last words, I really have a lot of fun messing with new stuff, man. I wish we had more new characters and stuff to make, like characters that are not already made. And I'm really, to be straight with y'all, I'm bored of Street Fighter and KOF stuff. I want to do more stuff like, still within that universe, but just like rival schools versus Street Fighter, or Darkstalkers instead, or, and then like Ninja Masters. I know I shouldn't have said that because it's not really the same thing, but let me see, Last Blade versus KOF. Like, I'm just like kind of burned out on Street Fighter and KOF specifically. Need some Mega Man or something. Some other things I was thinking about, but I'm not gonna say because you're just gonna end up seeing it anyways and find out. But maybe the chat is not loading. Let me see. Let me refresh it. Alright, well, I guess that's it. Hey, because I'm about to eat and dip. But hey, y'all, stay tuned. Thank y'all for watching. Appreciate it. Follow me on Twitter, too.